Onto my new boat, as you can see from behind me, although I am absolutely going to redecorate. So I said ages ago I was going to do this Q&A about life on a boat, and then Vaken happened and Switzerland happened. Did Switzerland happen? I can't even remember where I'm going or where I've been. I know I'm going to Switzerland, and then in about a week I leave for Iceland again. So yeah, I've still got a few spaces for designers. If anyone wants to lend me anything, get your requests and stuff in like now. Anyway, so Q&A about living on a boat. So I wrote everything down because Instagram only gives you like a minute to answer the questions. So I thought, hey, I'll just do it like this. Yeah. So keep getting asked. I got asked a few things totally not boat related. Do I speak German? Yeah, like a crazy little child. I'm working on it. I'm moored just outside London, so near enough to London that I can get there easily, far enough away that I'm not stuck in the big city. I'm actually a country bumpkin at heart. How often do you say, I'm on a boat? Or rather, hang on, sorry, no, say sing. How often do you sing, I'm on a boat? I don't sing. Well, actually, no, I take that back. After Vaken, I do sing really badly. What's a decent sized place for one person and a cat to live off-grid? Oh, I like that question. I guess it depends how much space you need. I mean, for me, I need a lot of stuff because I do crafting and end-of-days stuff, you name it. He doesn't need much space. This is Morgan. Morgan thinks he owns the place. Morgan thinks he owns the whole marina, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's not my cat. He just invites himself in from time to time, but yeah, that's not actually my cat. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, if you're one person and a cat and you want to live off-grid, really, I guess maybe you don't need much. It depends on what you do, what you like. For me, I'm absolutely fine in the place that I have, even though the wind's really picking up right now, so that's the noise of the kind of behind me. But yeah. How long's a piece of string, to be perfectly honest? I know people that can survive off-grid living in a van, which is awesome. I know other people that couldn't live off-grid anything other than like a 5-room house. There's actually someone I met who has a 5-bedroom house completely off-grid at Salvation Mountain. That was a couple of years ago. So yeah, I don't really know how to answer it. All I can say really is it's possible. Boats and hoes. Okay, alright, fine. Boats and hoes. I think this question's mostly been asked by people who've not actually met me, because most of the people, when they meet me, they go, oh, I thought you were taller. Yeah, no. I'm 5'7", and this boat is taller than my previous boat, so yes, she's tall enough for me, more than tall enough. I had a friend come around who's 6'4". He was overjoyed that he could actually stand up. So yeah, otherwise you've got this whole Gandalf in the Hobbit hole situation, you keep hitting your head. If you live on a boat in the UK, you either have what's called a continuous cruising licence. That means you've got to move on every 2 weeks, but you can cruise around the rivers, the canals, wherever you want to go, or you can live on a marina like I do, and that's more of a permanent situation. And especially when you're like me and you leave the country for 2 weeks at a time, it's better for me to have somewhere that I know that my boat is safe. It's like a neighbourhood watch. People get to know you, people recognise you walking around. If there's someone they don't know, then people ask questions, which, you know, for me is really good. So I have a mooring at a marina, whereas I know a lot of people have continuous cruising. It would be nice to try, but not right now. It doesn't suit my life right now. Yeah. In the winter, it's like, I can't even describe it. It's like a snowman's butt. It's horrible. It's freezing. And in the summer, it's boiling. Spring and autumn on boats. Spring and autumn are your times. The winter, to be honest, to be fair, I have a wood-burning stove, and I've got pretty good at lighting it. So, in general, no, I could get colder. Before I learned how to use my wood-burning stove, I'm amazed I didn't die, to be perfectly honest. I'm actually amazed I didn't die. You got like ice on the inside of your windows. It was horrible. previous boat, I absolutely adored her. Anyone that's talked to me about her, I loved her so much. But it was like the equivalent of having a Cadillac and you needing to use it just to go shopping. I couldn't give her the attention and the love that she really deserved. I couldn't give her engine the maintenance that she deserved. And eventually it got to a point where I had to say, I need to get a boat that is more manageable for me. So luckily she went to a boating family who know how to take care of her and who can give her engine the time and the attention that she deserves. And I'm really glad that she went to someone intact, because there were a couple of people interested in selling her for scrap, and the thought of losing her like that would have broken my heart. But I didn't, so yes. I have what's called a traditional narrowboat, so she's not like one of those floating house things. That's not a real boat. I'm sorry, it's not a real boat. If you strap that cat to 2 wheels, it doesn't make it a motorbike. You put a house in the water, it doesn't make it a boat. Many boaters get quite passionate about this, myself included. God, can you hear the wind out there? It's madness. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I have what's called a traditional narrowboat, and she's most definitely floatable. Floatable, yeah. I've lived on boats for the past 5, coming up for 6 years. On and off, because I spent 6 months back at the mothership while I was moving. No, I don't miss the land. I actually don't miss the land. This is the first time I've had a place of my own. Like my previous boat was the first time I had a place of my own. And for a long time I was desperate for a place of that was mine, like a den, some kind of place just to put my things. And so finally, oh my god, there's a gorgeous rainbow outside. Hang on, I'm going to photograph it. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, okay. Why do I have a boat? Well, UK housing situation being what it is, it's the cheapest option. A lot of young people are going for caravans, vans, boats, all sorts of bits and pieces, having lots of roommates, because getting a mortgage isn't what it was. So it's easier for me to live on a boat. So that's one thing. It's what I'm actually able to afford to buy. It's a way of getting me on the property ladder. It's mine, my boat, and this is mine. Oh my god. The other reason is because I don't know where I want to live. So if I get a boat, I can move the boat. The crazy thing is, the 2 places based purely on my friends and based on how at home I feel there are either Los Angeles, never thought I'd say that, or Hull. If you've ever been to Hull, if if you're from England, you'll know why that's funny. Yes, hell yes! I'm setting up a new website at the moment. I'm having both a Patreon and an OnlyFans, and if you sign up to that when it's live, believe me, you'll know when it's live because I'll spam the living daylights out of you. But what I'm going to do is full tours of the boat, more Q&A about life, the universe and everything. I will be doing self-shoots, awesome sets. I'm aiming to actually do at least 1 video every couple of days, so especially as I'm redecorating the place, because right now, yeah. So, yes, if you're logged into either my Patreon or my OnlyFans, you can have as many tours as you want. I'm actually planning to host like a little virtual get-together. You can come and virtually have dinner, hang out with me at my place. So, yeah, short answer is... Well, I googled boats for sale and picked the first one I saw. Yeah, okay, so if you want to buy a boat, then there's a lot of websites you can do that. Certainly in the UK, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in England, look around your local marinas, because a lot of them have brokerage systems, and they can put you in touch with people selling boats, people wanting to buy boats. You can do it on Facebook Marketplace, you can do it on eBay, actually. But I would recommend, especially if it's your first boat, I would recommend doing it on the services of a broker or marina, because they tend to know what they're talking about when you don't, and I didn't. Are we talking realistically, or are we talking complete fantasy land? Because if it's complete fantasy land and I had a teleporter, then it would probably be somewhere like Mongolia, because I want to talk to the falconers there, and it would be nice to have a place to go and invite people to and offer them tea. Advantages and disadvantages of living on a boat. Well, that ties into the last question I can see on my sheet here, which is financially. It is cheaper to live on a boat than it is to live in a house in general. So a good advantage is financially. Another advantage is the boating community is very, very, very close-knit. You know, if something goes on, everybody knows about it. And that means there's a lot of people always looking out for you, which in today's society, even in like apartment blocks and things, you just don't get. So I really like the community here. Disadvantages, you have to think of everything. You know, you live in a house and generally you take it for granted. You turn the tap on and water comes out. You have to, if you live on a boat, somehow empty your toilets, which you don't have to worry about in a house. You have to be a lot more independent, and luckily for me, that's just my whole life. You know, this is what I do. But it might be a culture shock for some people. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much. I'm so sorry it's been so late, but thank you so much to everyone that sent me in questions about boat life. I really can't wait to show you what I've done with the place, because I have big plans for her right now. Yeah. First though, Switzerland, then Iceland, and somewhere some paint in between. Stay adventurous, rock on. I love you all.